First thing we've got to do,
right,
is take all the overhead catenary down for the joints.
Right.
Because obviously you can't take the boards apart while the catenary's up.
So what's the plan? Is it to remove just the front end now and test making tracks?
What I want to do is I want to take all the buildings off.
Right.
And I want to put the station completely, plus this board I want to actually take down and be ready to move.
Right.
Because this is sort of not going to be used. This is finished, if you get what I mean.
Right.
I need to marry up, if we're not using that end, I've got to put 2 more boards on the end of this one.
Right.
For the new layout. But of course that means I've got to line up the tracks. I can't line up the tracks where the station's in because obviously I haven't got enough room to put 16 feet up.
Right.
So we'll take that down, remove this, and then you'll see what my aim today is to line them up, put the cork down to start them.
Right.
Then they've got to go back to the farm.
Right.
And then I can marry them to Kilsby Tunnel, or as it will be Stowe Tunnel.
Right.
So today is really important because as you've seen already on your videos, the next piece is really quite complicated.
Yes.
And I need the boards. I can't guess it.
So you need something to test against the prototype.
Well, I've got to physically be able to line the track up.
Right.
And look at it over 16 feet to make sure it works.
Got it.
It's a bit more complicated than we've ever done before.
We take any of these down, Pete?
What?
Any of these lights?
Not for a minute.
No.
You can take that lot.
That one? Yeah.
So what we do for transport is we take the catenary down and we put it in front of the joint with masking tape to the track, so we know exactly when it is.
Which piece goes where?
Yep, we know exactly. It means when we get to the NEC, we just literally can take the,
lift this out and
Yeah.
everything's in the right place.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair to Aaron, this is the simple bit. It's the other end where it's really complicated.
Right.
So that's why I'm doing this and not Aaron.
Is he coming today?
No. No, because this is literally just a breakdown job. And I don't have to undo his complicated bit today. Really.
Okay.
But more important, it's like with anything, you've got to be able to look, at least get on without one member if he can't make it always stuck in traffic.
Yes.
Those are on the table.
Basically, the Finalizing ones are exclusive to Blakemere.
How big was the fish that attacked you, Dave?
Yes, let's take there's a few things we need to do with that first. Let's take the department. I need to speak to Steve. I know which one they are.
I need you to take the backboard down here, Kev, next, please. So I need to get in. I need this one down, please. As I say, if you can take that back down for me, if we can get the station out.
Then he's get pulling down. Same panic.
Can you just pass me the chair, please?
When you charge yours, does it ever go green?
I don't know.
Mine
I don't think it does actually.
does charge up all right.
Yeah.
It never turns from red to green.
The narrow end of the thing, so that little piece goes over the top.
Sit in this gap here. So that's that into just what some of the glues will do some things.
And then this bit over the top.
We tend to get them, you can just mark them all over there.
Have you been into your ropes for a while then, Andy?
I haven't, mate. No.
You're just making it up as you go along?
Yeah.
It looks very good.
Well, having stayed on my mate's boat many years ago, you never saw an untidy rope at the quayside.
Right.
You know, they were always either coiled like this or,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I've never done it before, but how hard can it be?
There's faster ways of moving, Phil.
There is, but I have to go up and down again. It's easier.
This is your big one, you've got to take the side down, don't you? Or take these out. Yeah.
Some poor sap on the quayside puts it back onto the whatever it's called.
They tied them up on the on the tugboat somewhere.
On the tugboat.
Yeah, on the tugboat.
Come on, boy.
Who put the lights out?
Sorry about that.
Still looks impressive.
I'm going to have to.
Redo the trees.
Well, I'm going to have to get the boards out before April and just tittivate them up.
Yeah.
And at that point, I think we'll go through and snag all the buildings where the glue is undone or whatever.
Yeah.
Because we'll have, we can do it.
Yeah.
We'll have a couple of weeks just to do it properly. You have to lift it and push it because it's in the slot. That's it, lift it, that's it.
And that's how it goes back in the box, isn't it?
Correct.
Right, I think it goes. It's the back of the box.
And I just need to clean this side of it.
This side.
Is it going upright or sideways?
It goes up right like that.
Right, that's true.
Now we have to hold on to these towels to put it in, don't we?
Sorry guys, I'm getting... Sure? No. That's it, right there. We can start this week. So I'm going to take back tomorrow. Taking back some tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because we'll can borrow Steve's van
All right.
and take them back a bit at a time.
Yeah.
What my priority is to now to do this. So can have all hands at the other end, please.
Is it bolted? Just bolted, that's all it is?
Yes.
Yeah, it's bolted in it.
Yeah. So this one first.
Magic spanners.
And then we've got the spanners.
Basically,
Both sides are floating.
how we do it is everyone holds it while the two people unbolt it, and then take the weight.
That's correct.
Is this the one that stripped its thread?
But did you want to know them?
Don't remember. They're getting rid of these wings.
Yeah, we didn't really need the rings on the yard side.
I thought you used that screwdriver.
So I've got one left down, so if everyone holds it,
We haven't got a bolt box, have we?
They're just putting their piece in and I'll find you one. I've just seen a bolt box. Just seen a bolt box.
You're going to drop 2 feet.
I don't want to drop it on your bloody head.
It'll bounce.
I'm not worried about the
I'm not worried about your head, I'm worried about the board.
Oh, that's fine, we don't need this one.
We don't want blood on it.
One more. Right, one more. Hold it then. Put it in. Let's worry about that problem when we get to it.
Well, I think that's all we're doing, isn't it?
Yeah, but we just put it that way. Right, hang on, guys. Right, now we're going to move this so Kevin can get the bolts out.
Go that way?
Yeah. That way.
But it won't go that way.
Of course it will.
You have to come up.
We don't bolt in here.
Yeah, but the whole thing will spit.
It'll move enough.
You've only got to go.
How we doing, Kev?
Couple inches. Is that, you got a white bit that is starched up, is that still up?
Oh, yeah, we've got all of it, mate. Two more. That's it. There you go. Over to me, over to me.
Whoop. Got it.
Put it down. Okay, so.
Kevin lying down on the top.
Hey, okay.
Yeah.
What the hell, Kev? That's that.
You made light work of that, didn't you?
Where was that then?
It was on this one here. This is the one that connected into making practice 2. Now we're making practice 2, you add that to it. Remember?
Right, that one's already. You take the bolts out? Yeah. Right. Now then, before we go any further, right, you ready? Take this light off for next, John, please. Right, now then, I want the ends on this board, please, so get that end.
Hold on.
Under the bottom. Hang on, there's something going on here. Is this holding on something? Hang on.
Is there a cable there? Attaching it or underneath?
No, hang on. What the fucking else is it?
This is
Screwing it.
capped in. It's not capped in. Come on.
They capped it there. Beyond the bit of that, with you.
Going down, they're going.
Somebody get down with this board. Yeah, okay. Ready? Cheers.
Right, now, onto the board.
You to me. Forward. Today. Yeah.
No. All the way around, please.
You would be, wouldn't it?
Either this is
This hasn't got a number on it.
That's 2A.
No. These are his new boards.
Yeah, but this is going to that. Shouldn't have a number to say.
Just a ladder filter, see?
Well, I think, yeah, but what I'm saying is if there's a board 5, it'll be lined up to go to these bolt holes here.
Okay. Take them off a minute. He's made them, you know what he's done. he's built, quite rightly, he's just built a raft.
Yeah.
So we've either got to take the first part or the last part.
You haven't got the number.
Because he's not been able to jig these to these.
No. Let's jig the others to each
Jig
other.
the others to each other. So rather than do the job 3 times, just do it once. I can tell you now, out of interest, this won't line up with this one. Because if he's lined them all up, we don't want to take 2 from the middle because then none of them will line up.
I don't understand, because if he's jigged them all the same...
Yeah, but he hasn't.
But he hasn't.
He jigs them.
He jigs them and then sands them, look.
You get then tweaks them to fit.
He tweaks them to fit.
Otherwise, he wouldn't number that one 3, this one 4, this one 5.
And the distance between there and the jig on the dowel on this side is different than there and there.
That's not a problem.
That's not a problem.
Yeah, you know, so but what I'm saying is when you get
All the
jointing
new
one.
ones.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you
In
take
the
2,
medical order, won't
and you've only got to do one end
That's right. Yeah.
and the other end.
The other end, and they're all in line then, yeah.
And then all these other boards all fit
Yeah.
the video.
That's
So what
right.
you've got to do is when you go back, is find the highest number or the lowest one. Either 1 and 2
Come on, let's go and have a cup of
or
tea.
the highest.
Next. Terry, don't forget, Ted, when you went down, don't forget to unplug them yellow leads.
Eh?
Yellow leads.
Tell Mike.
You see underneath Ted, there's 2 yellow plugs. 2 yellow plugs. Got to undo them as
Got to get a right roller when he comes back.
No,
Have I?
Pete said it was
Okay,
all done.
cool. What have I done, Kev?
You'll know when he comes back.
Didn't see Pete said he wanted
I won't
them
be
all
here.
done.
Eh?
He wanted them all
Well,
undone.
that's what he said. No, he
Yeah.
said when,
obey the last command, if I was told.
yeah. But when we went to do it, he says, no, not that.
I followed all the advice I was given and instruction at the time
Yeah.
Exactly.
from my tutors and mentors around me, of which there were many, all shouting at me simultaneously.
That was a hell of a mouthful, that. Have you been
Isn't
reading,
that right,
have
Kevin?
you been reading too many books, you have?
No, I was recollecting what went on. To you, to me, to you, to me, to you, to me.
Taking all these down now,
Right.
and then he's bringing the next board, the conversion board there, the first one.
Yeah.
So then we can start building that way then.
Okay.
And until we get further instructions, that's what we'll do, but no doubt it'll be wrong.
Yeah, we're going to line.
Right.
So apparently Dave's done a conversion board that fits on here.
There's a conversion kit.
Well, one board will fit on here.
Okay.
And then all these other ones will then line up.
All right.
Oh, well, it's simple. He's made 14 boards, hasn't he? 14 new boards.
14
and
new
he's
boards.
numbered them all
Yeah.
so that they all
Fit together.
fit together with these
Well, then-
dowels and screws.
So board 4 to 5.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the other end, so it goes to the next 14.
Yeah,
But
cool.
he's just not brought the one that goes onto there. He thought he had, but he hasn't.
Okay.
The one that's on here is not drilled at this side. So it needs drilling so it lines up with these dowels.
So Pete's jumped in the
Pete's,
truck.
Yeah.
Pete's jumped in the truck to go and get that one.
Okay.
I'm not that brave. I've not been a member long enough.
But you were sounding very convincing before. I thought,
Yeah.
ooh, he's
Oh, I
long,
can be when I can
long
be
time
at
member.
times.
And he's got one listening.
Long time member knows what's going on.
The trouble is, he's put this on camera now. So I could be banned after this
You
week.
will be, yeah.
You know you'll be the headline now. You're talking about the 208-foot layout, which is how
Yes.
many scale miles around?
6 1/4.
6 1/4 miles.
Yeah.
So at 60 mile an hour, that's 6 1/4 minutes
To do a lap.
to do a lap.
The freight doesn't. Well, some of the freight does that speed, but most of it doesn't. So you can say 10 minutes to do a lap.
Okay.
So when we're setting up on the Friday,
Yeah.
the train's just fallen off. So you'll send it all the way around again to check it.
Yes.
That's 10 minutes.
Right.
But in the meantime, it's going to fall off 3 or 4 times before it gets here again.
Right.
So it's going to be an hour before you can test this bit of track by the time it comes all the way around again.
Are we planning to run trains as long as we've got in this current fiddle yard that seem to be a bit touch extreme in the length?
It depends on Chris, because Chris likes short trains.
So Pete, you've had a busy session today, tearing this apart, and I see something new here.
Well, it's not just a busy session. I mean, it's everybody's worked exceptionally hard today to get it down and sorted. But the reason we've done that is because obviously we're starting a new layout here, first board. It's only when we got here do we realise that David actually made the boards to fit. So I had to go back at lunchtime and get the boards and marry them up. So, but I've got the corks down now, so I can at least lay the up and down fast. So that sets us on our way, and I can start to work on the slope. But then the reason we've had to take it down now is because the workshop's getting pretty full.
Right.
And I need to get the Milton Keynes section in because that's 4 foot wide. All the rest of our boards are 2 foot.
Okay.
So I'll lose a lot of space when the Milton Keynes boards go in. But to build the 208 feet, we need a lot more space than we've got. So we've made room in the workshop and we've worked out how to do it. But to do it, we've got to have all this back.
Right.
And stored before we can go too far. But because of the complex nature of the new stuff that we're doing,
right,
we've got to start modelling the rest. We can't wait, so we've got to have at least one day actually modelling the new layout. We can't sort of come back next week and spend all day next Sunday moving it back to the workshop. We haven't got that much time. We've literally now, we've promised the centre will be out by the end of the month.
Right.
We've only got a week to go. But more important, we need it in the workshop so we know how much space we've got.
Okay. So when do you think you'll be back here? Thursday?
To be honest, I'm not quite sure now. No, not Thursday, because Thursday I need to model.
You've got to model. Okay.
I've got to model this week. We've got to get the viaduct in and we've got to get round the corner because of space issues. We've got to have the track lined up so we can literally break the boards down to 8 feet.
Right.
We can do the scenic as long as all the tracks meet.
Okay.
So we've got to line the tracks up first.
So what's under the weights? Is it just the cork at this point?
Just the cork at the moment.
There's no track there?
I'll come back tomorrow. This will go off overnight.
Right.
I'll come back tomorrow and I will add the first part to get us to about here.
Of track?
Yes. And I'll add the slow line at the back. So hopefully I'm planning that by Friday this will be ready to go back to the workshop so I can add the other new board here and get that to Kilsby Tunnel.
Right.
And that will give us 21 feet of the new layout, and that will be the first 21 feet complete. Because this piece here is north of Milton Keynes and it's between Rugby and Milton Keynes. So this is the only piece we're doing.
Right.
These 2 boards. This is the only 2 new boards.
Right.
The rest is all south of Milton Keynes.
Okay.
But this is important because this has got a maintenance depot on it.
So, am I going to see the new baseboards here before you leave at the end of the month?
That's it. This is it.
Oh right, so you're not putting anything else in?
No, this is, I can work. So this board is crucial.
Okay.
Because if you notice here, the level of the track is different.
Yes, it goes up.
Yes, so I've got to keep that all the way through now for 16 feet.
Right.
To meet the tunnel at Stowe.
Okay.
So I can't, it's all dependent on this board.
Okay.
It's crucial.
Good.
The board that's here only is usable, for Milton, as part of the Milton Keynes layout.
Right. There's a lot to remember, isn't there?
Yeah, and I suddenly got here this morning and thought, oh my God, I've got this wrong, it's all wrong. I planned it all in my brain and then suddenly you come and you go, this don't work. Well, of course it works. But for this morning until Phil came in, I was panicking a bit, yeah.
Excellent. Good. Well, I look forward to seeing you back in the barn and seeing the modelling happen. Yeah.
Well, I think what we're trying to do on this corner is new. It's a real different approach.
With the is this the corner with the viaduct?
Well, it's an embankment, viaducts with.
Right.
Yeah, it's very complicated and a traffic island. Yeah, there's
a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. Yeah.
Excellent. Thanks, Pete.
Pleasure, Dave. So I'll see you Thursday, yeah? Yeah, okay. Oh, what do we do this? I want to get us round the corner at Watford Junction.
We might text Phil next week and ask him where you are.
Perfect.